Hey you guys, we're back. This is Jet 888. I'm continuing on. It's July 20th, 2020, and we're going with the plan part 2. So we're going to go with where we left off. So I'm reading from Farrar Fenton, and we're starting just at the very beginning from some questions I have and some things that I've seen, and I'm just requesting for people to have maybe a little bit of an open mind for a different perspective. Maybe we can look at some things that we haven't really considered before. They're very simple things actually, but I just found them interesting. So I was looking at Genesis, and I was reading Genesis 1:26, where it states, God then said, let us make men under our shadow as our representatives. So, and of course it goes on, but the plural, the use of the word us and our was interesting to me. So, but we're going to look at Genesis right now. So Farrar Fenton had made a note that when we read in Genesis 1 the word by periods, he left a footnote here that said literally it means by headships, and he basically says that all the translators had made the word into the singular, although it is plural in the Hebrew. So he's going to render it accurately like he's doing. He's just strictly translating. So the word ours, that's just an interesting thing I thought, but we're going to look at the word Genesis. So Genesis can be looked at in different ways depending on how you arrange the words, and I tend to know that these guys, the powers who be, they sure like to play with their words, just like a cat plays with a mouse, but they like to rearrange it, flip them around, keep us on our toes. It's kind of a way that they code things. So when you play with Genesis, look at it a little bit, it can also be see sign, or is genes, among some other things. There's lots of different words that can come with it, but they always want you to see the sign, and they always show and tell you the parables. It's up to us to really read between the lines and look at things differently. So I'm going to keep looking a little bit at the words that are being used. Oh my gosh, I can't even get away from the first sentence, but so the very top there, it says the first creation of the universe by God. And God, they also refer as Elohim, Elohim. So I was going to go look at that as well. Okay, so anyone who knows me long enough knows that I like to look at the gematria, I think it's called. I sometimes refer to it as gematria, but I think it's called gematria. And gematria is an alphanumeric code of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase based on its letters. So it says a single word can yield multiple values depending on the cipher used. Gematria is originated as an Assyro-Babylonian Greek system of alphanumeric code or cipher that was later adopted into Jewish culture. So like I said, they code a lot. So there's the word Hebrew, gematria. Look, they even spell it different. See, that spelling is different. Gematria versus gematria with an E. So things are a little bit different. But anyhow, sometimes I'm going to look at those. Sometimes I'm going to look at that because I like to know where these guys are kind of coming from. So this is the calculator I'm using. It's just a very quick reference. It's gematrix.org if you ever want to look up some words. So I typed in Elohim. So here are the numerical values. So in Jewish gematria it's 122. English gematria it's 372, and simple gematria it's 62. Now the English and the simple tend to have the same values, like the words are the same. So I find it interesting that Elohim and karma come up, at least the Jewish gematria, they have the same value. So I mean, if you think about it, also karma is a pretty big energy that can come back to you. So I think it's interesting. If you tend to do some good things, they typically, you stay in a positive vibration. So I just found that interesting. Elohim and karma have the same value. And the word a plan was also one of the same values as Elohim. So that's where I'm going to kind of go to, is we're going to look deeper into the plan. The word conceal. And this is interesting. Kofefi. Oh my goodness. Anyhow, so, but Confefi though has the same simple number that Elohim has. And the word Mason is also a gematria. It has a simple 16.